Hey everybody, it's your boy Montel. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are doing great. I got faked out last week because I thought that they were going to do the new episode of Black Lightning, but of course, from out of nowhere, we got us a new episode tonight, so I am so hyped. And of course, during the video, we're going to talk about this. Yeah, what's going on? You want to know? Okay. So, as I always say, hat is ready, hashtag geeked out, shirt is ready, brain is ready, eyeballs are ready, TV is ready, we gonna do this, so get ready. Hey everybody, it's your boy Montel. What's going on? Oh my goodness, I just finished the latest episode of Black Lightning and I'm so ready to talk about this. But first, let's go through the all preamble. Thank you so much for checking me out, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you've had a fantastic day, week, month, year, millennium, Veterans Day. To all the fellow veterans, thank you for your service. Oh my goodness, just thank you. Thank you everyone for all the love you have shown me. Thank you so much for my new subscribers. Thank you for the people who have been passing on the word about my channel. Thank you so much to everybody. Make sure the microphone can hear me, because you know how people tend to be a little weird and say they can't hear you. So please don't forget to check me out on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Please don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I create one of these magnificently fun and awesome videos. You'll be the first ones to know. You can come check it out. And please leave your comments. I'm getting more and more comments with every video, so I'm really loving this. I've always been the one giving comments, but receiving them, yeah, quite trying to get there. So, and of course, like my videos. Please. I'm really digging doing this again, and it's so awesome. I finally got my lighting issues resolved so you can see my pretty brown eyes and everything. Oh, I know I forgot to tell you something. This is my hashtag. This is a shirt line that I am starting. Of course, you guys know that I've always been endorsing out being a Blerdicorn. If you see it on my Instagram, you also see it on my Twitter whenever I post everything. But I finally have a t-shirt line. So if you are interested in getting one of these amazing shirts, I'm going to leave the link down below to the Etsy store. This is where my friend is making the shirts. Now you can get the shirts in any size for men or women. You can get the shirt in any color, and you can get the vinyl, the lettering, and the design on the front, the amazing logo in any color as well. So you can definitely be creative and use ingenuity. Because this is what we're all about. We're all about being unique. We're all about being special. Most importantly, we're all about showing us being unique and special. And you know, I've always pushed being a Blerdicorn, and you could be one too. Definitely follow the movement, because we're all unique, we're all special, and we are very rare, though some people may not seem so. I wear this as a representation of, hey, I am who I say I am, okay? So, with that being said, to Black Lightning, Season 2, Episode 5. They actually changed up on this. I have to look at my notes because, you know, I tend to forget certain things, and I'll admit that I'm getting up there in age and whatnot. It's called The Book of Blood, so we're no longer on the Book of Consequences. We're now on the second book, The Book of Blood, Chapter 1, Requiem. Oh my goodness. You're talking about one of the most emotional roller coasters rides of this entire show since its inception. I'm telling you, I went here and all the way down. If you haven't watched it, I'm gonna be doing spoilers, so please understand that I can tell you all day long about what I've seen, and I can give you my insight, and I can definitely give you my point of view, but you actually have to watch it. If you haven't started watching it already, please watch it. Season 1 is on Netflix already, so they've already started season 2, and you can go to the CW app and check them out. All right, but the very first scene we see is Gamby, our favorite secret agent, trying to find redemption in all the things that he did when he's part of the ASA. There was a hit out on him, and we see his SUV blow up, and he's still in it. So yeah, it's ironic how that happened this week. We lost Stanley, one of the greatest, and I'll talk about that later. And then in the show, we lost Gamby again, another Titan who had made an impact on a family and a community. So while this is going on, we see that Anissa has now decided to become a part of the same clinic that she has been funding into, being Thunder Undercover, which I think is kind of cool, Thunder Undercover. And now she is being a doctor there, and she is interjecting herself, which, if you think about it, she is just trying to become a part of a community on an active level besides being Thunder. And of course, only so many people know who she is anyway as Thunder, so it makes a lot of sense that she'd want to go ahead and impart herself in the community and become a strong, active part. And the clinic is the best place because she was working to be a doctor, and there you go. She's already got some of the skills going on there. Of course, we all see Jen. Now, Jen in the last episode got the bad news that she's going to be homeschooled because 1, she can't control her powers. 2, Garfield is no longer safe because of the new principal, who I'm telling you, this guy is going to definitely have some sort of an impact. So him and Lynn have resolved to homeschool her. Now, during the courses, of course, it's driving her crazy. She's a teenager. She wants to get out, and she misses being a teenager and everything. All the while, she's been getting messages and text messages and emails from Khalil. Because you notice at the end of the last episode, she met Khalil at the school. She texted him to meet her. And we find out that in this episode, they talked about how it used to be and how she misses being the Queen of Garfield, a nickname that she couldn't stand, but she misses more than anything because her old life is no longer there. It's dissipated because now she has powers, and now she found her family is superpowered, and the community as a whole is just transformed. And we already continue to see the dynamic between Khalil and Tobias. Since Cyanide was killed, Tobias still blames Khalil for that. Although you have to admit, it wasn't Khalil's fault because Cyanide was going to do whatever Cyanide was going to do, regardless to what Khalil was going to say about it. But of course, in Tobias's mind, Khalil should have been there to protect her. It's a grown woman. She can go and do whatever she wants. Unfortunately, she got killed. So, it is what it is. We see Tobias interjecting himself in the community with the aldermen and with all the politics in the community. We're going to see more and more of that. To the point where the alderman that he is talking to, and of course he's blackmailing, goes before a press conference later and states that the clinic, which is in a bad part of town, is now going to be funded to move to a better part of town by an anonymous donor. Bruh, really? You have to admit, the man is brash. The man is bold. He is not going to let anything stop him from being the king of the jungle. Okay. As we see the show go on, we also start seeing the impact of Gamby's absence. We see that Henderson has told Jefferson finally and told Anissa, and you can tell it wrecks them. It really does. It wrecks them. Anissa is ready to get into action and do something, but Jefferson says, and do what? He is in total denial about Gamby being gone. Of course, all of us, a lot, and I saw my Twitter blow up, and I'm saying the same thing. He's not dead. He's not dead. So my question is, if he's not dead, unfortunately, how did he escape from being in a bulletproof SUV, being pursued by another SUV full of guys toting submachine guns, and automatic weapons? I've read comics for years, You would literally have to be a Houdini or Mr. Miracle to be able to get out of something like that. But they have come to grips. Well, they've been told, and now they're dealing with their own way. Anissa goes to find Grace, the young lady she was starting to see in season 1. And of course, they have their moment. And then Grace says, I don't want to be hurt. You can't just breeze in here and breeze out and think this is okay. So Anissa understands. And we see Grace come out of the room. And then you start seeing her skin do this weird Rorschach sort of thing. And you see blotches come and go on her skin. You know, like when Rorschach, with his mask and the Watchmen? Yeah, her skin started doing that. Started emulating that. And she freaks out, and she grabs some water, she takes these pills, and they go away. So we're gonna find out later what that's all about. But my theory is that she was one. If she wasn't one of the kids that was affected by the green light, she is a descendant or perhaps a child of someone who was and got that. So we'll find out about that later. But in either case, those two, that's going to be something kind of polar opposites for at the moment. They're close, but they can't touch. You know, just like magnets do, which is always fun. While Anissa is at the clinic, her first patient is a pregnant young lady and her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is really paranoid. Don't understand why. He is seriously paranoid. And Anissa's checking the baby out. And of course, you can tell they're scared and look like they're on the run. Or he looked like it. She was just like, stop. I'm just scared about being a mother. And of course, Anissa gives her advice about her parents. Now, all the while, we see Lynn dealing with Dr. Jace, who we all know is a seriously broken woman. Intelligent as hell, but seriously broken. So Lynn makes it clear that I'm not trying to inject these kids with anything until I know that we can save them all. Of course, Lynn had been up trying to come up with these formula, and of course Dr. J says, well, this is brilliant, we can start the trials, and Lynn says no. Later we find that Dr. J has created a simulation, shows it to Lynn. Lynn's excited, she wants to get to work. Once again, seriously broken woman. They go into the trials, and half of the kids end up getting killed because of Dr. Jace, because she manufactured the simulation to give it to Lynn, so Lynn can go ahead and go forth with it. I said this before and I said it again. Seriously broken woman, regardless to intellect, if she has no sense of empathy for anyone, you need to go. And that's a lot of what we do with our government nowadays. We have people who want to do things, but they have zero empathy, and they wonder, well, why aren't they supporting me? Why aren't they backing me? If you don't get it now, you'll never get it. So unfortunately, Lynn lost a lot of the kids, and she starts breaking down. But she's also trying to be there for Jefferson, who ultimately breaks down. Not before he kicks someone's behind in a bar. Oh, 2 punches, bruh. And then we also see that Henderson is realizing that this whole thing with being Black Lightning and also trying to maintain the school as a principal and all this has had a serious impact on Jefferson. And Henderson is now understanding the weight of the burdens that he has been carrying. So now I think we're going to see their friendship tighten up more. Henderson is starting to realize that this man gave up a lot just to try to protect these kids and the community and sacrificing his family, which I'm glad, because they're friends. And Henderson has been throwing hints and helping him out with different things and breadcrumbs and stuff, but you could tell he was still angry because he felt betrayed. He wasn't trying to betray him, he was trying to protect him. Anissa goes into the clinic, and the young man that was with his pregnant girlfriend comes in, and he falls on the ground and he's dead. We don't know what happened, but you see holes or look like pockmarks in his face, and we don't know what's going on. We find out that no one knows what's going on, and Henderson is talking with Anissa about what could possibly have happened with the young man, and she recalls to him how she interacted with him and everything. And then, as we are looking down at the body, you see streams of living silver material coming out of his body and pool around his body. And the first thing I thought of is, that looks like living Mercury. And of course, everyone's got that look on their face. And of course, thus of the comic echelon, we look and go, yeah, that's living Mercury. Can't wait to see where this is going. At the end, we see, as Anissa's investigating where the young man is coming from, Jefferson comes into the tailor shop with the watch that Lynn had given to him earlier to try to make things better, on the premise that Gamby would want him to have the watch. And of course, Jefferson got mad because in his mind he wants Gamby to be alive. But he goes back to the tailor shop, Gamby's tailor shop, and he breaks down. He is broken. He is downtrodden. He has lost the man who raised him when his father was killed by Tobias Whale. And when he opened that watch, it was a done deal. I'm not gonna lie, I cried. It hurt me to my heart to see this character who was given so much for everybody else and asked very little of himself, to see the one person who became a father figure to him when his father was killed. And that hurt me too. That really hurt me to my heart. I teared up, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big grown man, but when you feel it, you feel it. And that's why this show is so amazing. That's why a show is so thought-provoking and so outstanding in its concept, because you feel what the characters are feeling, the anger, the happiness, the joy, the anger, the sadness, the disappointment, the frustration. You feel all of that. And when he cried, oh my goodness, I'm sitting there on my couch trying not to blubber like a baby, but I felt what he was feeling. And I'm not gonna say anything about the last scene, but the last scene will set it up for the next show. Just know that being pulled over in the middle of the night by a random sheriff is never a good thing. Okay? It's never a good thing. So, this episode, new book, first chapter, mind-boggling. Always wonderful. Just love the story, the characters. You cannot help but relate to what they go through and feel their struggles with everything. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Check out Black Lightning when you get a chance. If you haven't, season 2 is already well on its way, but you can still catch season 1 to get caught up. I will continue to be a fan of this because I'm a fan of the comic. Wade grew up on it. So y'all know my story. We are all still mourning the passing of Stan Lee. Stan Lee passed away recently at the age of 95, and Stan, up until the day he passed, he was a titan. He got in there and he showed love, and he got love from all of us who he helped define our childhoods and who we saw as superheroes, and how it was all right to be different and all right to be special with Spider-Man and the X-Men and the Avengers and even the individual heroes themselves, the Fantastic Four. And he gave a lot of us in our childhood an opportunity to know that being special was not a bad thing. And Stan, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you so much. It's going to take a minute to realize and to know that you're not here anymore. But you brought joy to our lives as kids. And I thank you. I thank you, sir. Excelsior. Good sir. Anyway, thank you for checking me out, you guys. Thank you for checking me out. I love doing this. I'm gonna continue to do this. Please don't forget to check me out on social media. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and pass the word on, notification bell. Hit that bad boy when you get a chance. And oh, and please don't forget, check out the link for the shirts for Blerdicorn. Yeah. Be your own. Be unique. Be like Stan says. Be your own and be unique. Alright? As I always say, stay nerdy, stay geeky, and as often and as long as you can, stay sexy. Bye, guys.